Hello, world. So, this is the name reveal of our child, but before we do that, here is a presentation of all that is packed in a seemingly simple name. Simple by design, yet it packs a lot of meaning and symbolism and relevance to where we are and what we know of life. So, let's go through what lies behind the name design. Of course, we didn't design it completely ground up or follow this logical linear process. The name sort of just came to us, and then the more we looked at it, the more it just made sense in a multitude of ways. It just fit, and you will see why. So, enough build up, let's get started. First, with the criteria we defined for the name, the sound. It, above all, needs to sound good. Roll off the tongue in a nice way, the sort of sound that has syllables that make it convenient to shout out, conjify, or address plainly. Two, don't be pretentious, right? You see so many parents these days that try so hard to be different and profound, and they go to great lengths to excavate some obscure Sanskrit phrase from ancient Upanishads and texts, only for the name to end up feeling rather hectic. So, keep it simple is what we did. That said, the name should have a nice meaning and be a symbol of something that is true, one that relates to our understanding of life and the universe. So, a meaning that matters was the third criteria. Moving on, if you really look at it, most Hindu names are names of devatas. One will say Vishnu is the greatest, others will say Shiva is greater, while others will argue that the sacred feminine or the Devi or Adi Shakti is the highest. The human mind cannot help but assign hierarchies and ranks. It's just the way we are wired. Agni, Vayu are important elements, sure, but Akash and Bhumi are equally important, are they not? So, how might we find a name that is so fundamental that cannot be compared and is a substratum and apex all at once? No pressure. Finally, you will see how this particular criterion fits even more in the context of the given name as you discover its meaning and symbolism. We really didn't want the child to be put into any boxes whatsoever. And if you didn't know anything about the person and just heard the name, the fact that you can't quite make out what gender they belong to was interesting and apt for us. So,
So, in summary, the name should be easy sounding, should not be pretentious, should of course have a good meaning, should be free from comparison, and we like the idea of it being gender neutral. We also tried to bully proof the name as much as possible.
that's right. In fact, we actually liked another name, but it failed the bully proof test pretty spectacularly. So it was a consideration that we took into account. Moving on, philosophical metaphysical singularity. What does this hectic title signify, right? I love geeking out on quantum and astrophysics, black holes, and other celestial objects, essentially the micro and the macro. When I learned that the name has associations with the concept of singularity in Eastern mysticism, I was totally sold. So, as one fascinated by the scale of the universe and the micro, the name has significance in cosmology and mathematics, is actually a central foundational component to both disciplines. Every parent seeks to rectify mistakes they have made and ensure their child does not face the same issues or troubles, right? This is natural, and I find myself feeling similar emotions now that fatherhood is imminent. What better way to start than with the right name that means the right things, right? All my trials thou shan't suffer. Essentially, what I'm trying to say is that I personally have been plagued by incessant doubts, what ifs, and the Rahu effect throughout my life. Those who know me will attest to this. A sense of non duality and an unshakable decisiveness is what I wish for the child. And we have started to do that with the name.
The name features in a fundamental expression of Advaita Vedanta philosophy, which literally translates to that which is one and without a second. In context, it means the ultimate reality, Brahman, is one. It alone exists and there's no other.
So if you really think about it, every other name becomes a mere manifestation or illusion of that ultimate reality. So what if we could have a name that is a representation of that fundamental source itself? Moving on, I won't keep you much longer, but as mentioned before, in our culture, the name refers to the source or the primordial. Incidentally, it's a rather popular name in Indonesia to refer to the firstborn. As mentioned before, it is gender neutral, further emphasizing its meaning as gender itself, if you think about it, is a division. So, what if we can have a name that transcends all divisions? Here's just a quick compilation of all the meanings of the name. The name denotes oneness, unity, simply one, singularity, first or firstborn. It refers to primacy, denotes indivisibility, and a sense of uniqueness. So, enough gyan, I can hear you shout, revealing the name just now.
Eka.
Eka starts with A and ends with A, which is the first letter of the alphabet. 4 letters in the first name plus 6 letters in the last name is equal to 10. In all, 10 is 1. You will find that 1 is a recurring theme in all of the names associations. I am 1 1, and my non-dual simpler version is 1, which is what we wish Eka to be. Spelt AEKA and not EKA to prevent any ambiguity on pronunciation. We have tried to think of everything because a Western audience may look at EKA and interpret that as Eka. So it's no such thing. It's Eka. 9 is 26, as you all know, and I'm 11. Add us both, and you get 1. How I found it pretty cool that the union of both of us, or rather our birthdays, gives rise to 1. You may think, and I know this feels like too much of mental gymnastics and confirmation bias, but even my cynical mind has not been blind to countless experiences of pure magic and unignorable synchronicities in my life. Like, what are the odds that the same birth dates occur in both families? So, confirmation bias or not, I feel like the name was always meant to be just one. The birth year is 2026. Again, voila, the year of 1, if you add up the digits. So, Eka is the one, folks. Hope you like it, and thank you for watching.